Greetings and salutations, everyone. Once again, it is I, Samius, and we are continuing on in our Road Most Traveled series here, showing how we level up from level 1 to 20. Try to get you some examples of all the quests. We're going to do another little pack called Shan-To-Kor, aka STK. If you see someone advertising for STK, this is what they're talking about. It's pretty interesting little pack. It's worth a ton of experience, and it has changed quite a lot actually over the years. It used to the infight on it used to be really challenging unless you had like a big caster, but they've done a pretty good job of doing away with a lot of that. There's a lot of optionals in here. Normally I run past this stuff, but again, because it's part of the tutorial run through walkthrough series, we're gonna do them. But just know that when I say normally I would skip this, I would normally skip it. For speed, if you skip a lot of these optionals, this quest is very, very fast. If you stop and do all the optionals, it definitely bogs down quite a bit. So here's the first optional I would skip. See if the chick will go over there and pull that rune. I don't remember if they're like int runes or anything fancy. Oh, didn't look like it.
White is being captive in this room. Doesn't appear that he's a bit grateful towards you for opening the door.
There we go. If you have Featherfall, you can like Featherfall and touch and hit this lever or staircase. Ladder? That's the word, ladder. And it's very quick out of there. The second optional I would tend to skip will be right over here. A chest at the end of this, and then a whole bunch of stuff will spawn. It's just, you get like locked in.
You see several kobolds appear for the shadow. It's an ambush.
It's an ambush. Ran for some chop. At least one more spawn here, which means we gotta like wander around and get it to spawn most likely. Alright, so normally pretend like we've ran past that stuff when we've hit this room. Alright, so you only need a couple of these levers. I can never remember which ones, to be honest. I think it's these first two. But I'm going to have the hireling pull the far one and just no. I guess not. I guess she's just going to stand there and look at us with glare and menace in her eyes. Chiropractor visit today. I'm very much looking forward to. Summon our hireling. Watch out for lightning bolts. really like to there we go. Successfully target this Famine Reaper.
This must be the Blockade.
Shrine right here. We need a shrine.
Seem very intent on keeping anything from the depths below coming up into their tunnels.
Alright, so here is a optional type thing. It doesn't grant you any experience. So...
The wayfinder's last set of markings
I'll kind of show you how this works without having to
towering before.
going crazy. But basically what they're trying to say is if you light these 4 pillars, then spiders will spawn. Nobody likes spiders, right? Nobody's like, hey mate, if I could get a spider to spawn on my face, that would be great. So that's kind of how you do it, in my opinion. Makes it real fast. If you each pillar you spawn or light up will spawn a spider. So if you don't care, it doesn't matter. You can leave these spiders behind you. Like you can have them set up where they all spawn and you can just jump down. It doesn't matter. The only reason it really matters is if you would like to skip a fight or two. The more you know, right? Alright, shrine right here.
Through your body as you pick up the barely audible moaning of the unwilling.
I have to look and see if I have enough for my arty dog to like become a master of boxes, so I don't have to worry about it. The arty dog will break most of the boxes for me if I'm lucky, although it would be a pain to keep alive. Alright. So again, you'll notice that this is trapped. See if I can get it to go off. There we go. Spinny blades on the sides, spikes in the middle. You can avoid it pretty easily by running where the spikes are up. But also there's this like a trap box right here. If you got in here, that means you probably have somebody with some sort of trapping skills. Just another like little junk chest. There's another arcane skeleton. This one's not very high level compared to some of the other ones we've been fighting. Right, here's a door. You can pick this door. Is actually not that high of a DC compared to some of the other ones. That around this corner is a chest with a key, guarded by like 4 skeletons. You don't have to waste a lockpick on it. Now, again, if you're not worried about doing all the options, running through all the things, instead of when you fall down this quest, or fall down this hole, instead of going to the right, if you just go left, is that correct? No, sorry, if you go right when you fall down this hole, you'll, there's the treasure the treasure chest with the key in it. Man, I cannot say words today. I'm sorry. It'll be a short recording session. And then, clear those skeletons, and then there you go. Right here is going to be a mob of little kobolds. And if you don't break this door, then you don't have to worry about the optionals behind it.
This necromancer must
That's
be
not
the
what we're
source
about
of
this
all the
playthrough,
undead.
so Alright, so I'm also going to tell you guys, I learned something a few runs through this quest. For years, literally for years, I thought coming down here spawned like four undeads to get this collectible. Apparently I was wrong. It spawns nothing. So now start collecting that collectible again. Oh no, we're trapped. How do we get out? How do we leave? We're locked in. It's a timer. It'll be just a little bit longer. So we gotta fall down here. You'll notice a secret door and danger. But when we go ahead and we search this out and we open this door, turns out that there's a collectible down here, but there's no trap box. So if we go get that collectible, we're going to end up taking this sonic damage to get it. It's not generally worth it. But, you know, sometimes it is. Sometimes it's Value Town. I would normally advise you not to worry about it. I would just get the secret door and move on if you can. It's another collectible. Do love me some collectibles. Alright, so we pull that lever. That lever opens this door over here. This door is a shrine, in case you need it. Right here, some traps. If you look, they're pretty easy to dodge. Just go through why they're up. There's another set right here, same thing. Again, traps that are spike traps like that are up don't hurt you. They only hurt you if they poke you in the bottom. So don't get poked. Then you notice here that it turns off like part of them. Same thing when you disable the trap on this side. And it'll be the opposite ones than this one. So you don't get a straight shot through. You have to start the sidestep. When Black Widows can web you, so even the little ones, so it's worth taking them out from far away so you don't get meleeed by something else. Ooh, that's a bad spider. These glass spiders, for those of you who don't know, they like to lay little baby eggs. Why the eggs are still eggs, I guess. That might be a good way to put it. The eggs generally count as breakables. Just get to the point. And the spiders, once they hatch, tend to go towards your kills count. Not always, but usually. Alright. So, running straight through here is the end. But there's a chest over here. Could break a few more things, I guess, if we happen to see a few more things. Again, I'm not good at breaking the breakables. Did we do it? We did it. We crossed it. Okay, we head into part 2. Again, we're gonna show off all the optionals again. Excuse me. We'll add a bit of time, especially to this one, because the optionals involve a lot of running around. But it's just how it is. Let me see if the hireling will pull that lever for us. It doesn't look like it wants to. Let's gotta come down here and pull this lever. We gotta climb back up. Now we gotta clear a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm not generally a big fan of going for the optionals, particularly in this one. Looks like though one of the goblins died in its own trap. Is that what happened? No. Is this not disabled? Been a long time since I've been down here, so those must not disable. But we have to get these. If we get these 3 witch doctors, 2 of them are here at the front, then one's like way later. Alright, so normally what I would just do is I would just jump down here. I'd kill those first 2 guys that appear in that hallway, and then I'd just jump down here and not worry about it. But if you're looking to get all the experience you can out of each quest, say like you're a free-to-play player and you only have so many quests in the game, or there's large areas of the game later that you do not like, then milking all the experience you can get out of certain quests are definitely a pretty valid option. In the Wayback Machine, this used to be another quest. We'll do that quest in a. I don't know. We might do it today. We might do it in another video. We'll see how I feel when we're done with the last one. But technically, it's not part of the. It's not part of the STK chain, but it is kind of like part of the STK story. If you consider that, again, you would have to go through STK 1 to be able to get it. It's recovering the stolen helm, I think, or something like that. Now they moved it to a different. They pulled it outside of that quest, outside of this quest, and into a spot in the Explorer Zone. Makes a lot more sense to me for it to be there. This is a shrine if you decide you need it. It's a good spot to take that siesta. It's also a really good spot to know about. There's been more than one time that we've had people die in this like next area, and being able to run people back to a shrine is actually pretty strong. Even now you can tell that there's couple of Reapers around this corner.
There seem to be large amounts of activity here. Here, Hobgoblin voices.
And here's where that other witch doctor is, I think. Am I wrong? Is it not right here? I thought it was right here. Alright, I'm not sure where this other witch doctor is. No one shows up much later in the quest as well. Sort of Reaper on its way. Fear Reaper. Just gave us a scream. We can get this guy's attention over here. Excellent. Rather deal with all this trash now than later. Right, we have a couple of quests now. We get to slay 3 ogres. We get to kill this earth elementals. I would recommend killing the earth elemental from back here again if you can. I had the feeling Ellery was about to go. There's another shrine we could have carried Ellery to, but I just don't think she's doing all that much right now. Ogres have pets. Keep that in mind. And earth elementals have moss. Not sure why, but one usually goes with the other. Alright, so up this ramp, for those of you who don't know, is that shrine I mentioned before. I'm not taking it, but one definitely could. You can featherfall to that collectible if you want. I also think there's a path up there that you can get to it as well, actually. Let me think, actually. Yeah, there it is. But also, if your jump's not bad, you can jump up here and get it. I apparently am not going to be allowed to do that today, but there we go. Bam. That's what I had planned to do, but I should definitely show you the other path. These two optionals, or these two paths, contain the additional ogres. So we got the one over there, then there's going to be one down this tunnel and one down the other tunnel. I'll clean those up. You're also going to see these sparkly mushrooms. Try not to touch them. They have like a sickness type effect. There's just no need to have that additional debuff on you for no reason. See if I can. I'm saving poison mushroom powder. There we go. I failed. Yeah, my mushroom failure. It's like I passed the second save though. I don't remember what the debuff is, to be honest. If it's just a little stat damage or if it's something more troubling. Alright, there's the third ogre. That was the river key that we got out of the chest over there by that first earth elemental and the first ogre and that big old patch of baddies. We got clobbered. No bueno. And this is part of the reason why the Inquisitor is so strong, particularly at low levels, is just you can get in a situation where you can take those guys out, the bad guys, and they can't quite get to you. It's so strong. The last Earth Elemental is over here around the corner. It's just breakables this direction. Ugh. Oh, somebody's unhappy outside. These clerics will hold person on you. Keep that in mind in the event that your will save's real bad. It's another one of those free chests. Yours if you're good enough to like come down there and take it. That was a bad man. Ooh, okay. Alright, bad man, 2 Reapers. Looks like one of which is a Fear Reaper. Up to 4 dot already. Wow, that's rough. Alright, let's summon Ellery. Cause our boo-boos were ouchie. And that is the reason why we recommend that you go ahead and get the Ellery package. Because she's great. That was not the button I meant to push. Right, this doorway over here is another shrine. Or feared. It's right here. In the event that you need to recover anything before the end fight. It's got this guy that come down already.
Shaagh's abode. Our goblins here came at once, eager to kill you, and impressed that you made it this far.
Okay, so that last guy happened to be in here. I swear there's another one somewhere. It's alright. So we clear out this room. We gotta get these notes. So now that we've read the secrets in his notes, Dear Diary, we can go in here and move on to part 3. Part 3 is level 5, which means on Elite it's level 7. Well, both hirelings are already on their way around this corner. It actually can be a pretty big jump up. A lot of these earlier quests, they as part of the chain, they'll go like 3, 3, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 9, 9 or whatever. They'll scale the quest go up pretty intensely as you go deeper into the story. I don't know if the intention used to be that you would do part of the story of a bunch of different things and then come back and finish it up. I tend to be a person that, depending on my build, I like to do everything at the same level and then kind of move around. So a lot of the times for me, that kind of mindset works. But a lot of times I just want to complete a story arc, you know, kind of like we recorded the Catacombs, we recorded the Waterworks, now we're recording STK. I like that idea of just knocking out chunks. So it's kind of a little odd to have a little bit of both. Say just do whatever feels right. Whatever feels the best. You can skip a lot of this side fights that I'm doing right here. A lot of it's just not necessary. You can generally just walk the path that I'm walking right now without going sideways, doing things. There's a secret door right here with some spiders behind it. There's also you can shoot this drawbridge. Also, if you're, I think at least a 25 movement speed with a featherfall item and like a 20-ish jump, you can run and jump and featherfall across and grab this door or this ledge and pull yourself up. I'm not great at making that particular jump, but one can. If you don't have any of that, you have a ranged weapon, you don't have a secret door or anything like that, you can open this secret door. Spiders will start to spawn when you do. And just slaughter your way around. And then you can end up on the other side. I try my best to just find the secret doors and then come across the bridge. I feel like otherwise you're fighting for no extra value. Right here is a little bit of a lockout point. I don't think there's any visual thing that tells you. No, you just have to know. But a bunch of spiders will spawn. Usually if you get up here quick enough, there's a really funny, like one spider will be riding the other spider like a pony. If you're quick. It's fairly humorous. Right here's a shrine, which is sometimes very important. Because this next bit can be tough, especially if you don't have trapping skills. These are some pretty heavy-duty acid traps. Oops. You can try to make your way through, but I've always found like if I don't disable them, I will get tagged at least a little bit. This is just a really big room full of clerics, other casters. There's like one or two not casters up here. But for the most part, it's just a bunch of gobnoblin casters. Oh, wasn't paying attention. When paying attention, fell down the hole. I don't think we got those other guys' attention yet, so we'll just clean things up and climb up the ladder over here. This is got a lot of traps in it. I was afraid. Alright, let's get this marksman. I was afraid that we had aggravated these guys. Alright. There's a couple of traps that I was talking about. You have to climb up this ladder and pull a lever up here. But if you can get the trap box, it'll turn them off. Also, all the way around over here is a collectible. Now, I'm not always good at making this catch without Featherfall, but if you, yeah, there we go. If you fall down right there, there will be a chest that's locked. It's pretty easy to catch if you have Featherfall on. And if I remember right, there's like a rubble down here in the water. You do any or none of those things, but you have to pull the 3 levers to open the door to get in. And carry on with the next part of the quest. Boop. Now, I'm going to show you the trick that I tend to use to do this part. I like to jump up here. A lot of those guys will try to get you. They just can't. I'm afraid. Alright, let's go to this side. Anything over here? This trap is one of those traps that the guys can't... They don't... They're not immune to taking the damage from. So you can use this trap to get them. Just be aware that that also means that they'll definitely burn you or any of your hirelings. Alright, so we're going to go back over to the far side. Trap box is over here on this wall for that fire jet. And then this room is like filled with all sorts of fire. They recently, I don't know how recently, some not very long ago, the grand scheme of things. It'll probably turn out that it was more now than before. See, all these fire jets would go off. You used to have to run through all this stuff to be able to disable any of the traps. Now it's not so much the case. Now you can disable traps before you run through the danger. Didn't used to be the case. You used to have to run through all this stuff to get through. And it used to be pretty terrifying, actually. But I feel like this valve used to turn off the traps and open this door behind you. But I could be wrong. Over here's another shrine. Again, in the olden days, people were dead in here all the time. It was more the norm than the exception. Usually you get pretty lucky, like one guy would get through and then a whole bunch of people would die on the way. This way is just like some traps and unnecessary way to go. Always go this direction. I stay along this wall. Even if you don't have a trapper, stay along this wall. And then what I would do normally is I just run to the end of the quest now. Because all this trash won't follow you to the end, and it's not enough to give you a skull. Unless you had previously generated a whole bunch of extra aggro for no reason. I guess those guys are immune to fire, huh? Unless you had generated a whole bunch of extra aggro for no reason, you would not be skulled. Over here, there's like a trap, right? Like it fences you in on both sides. Yeah. has a little ambush. I don't think there's any perk to going this way. Unless you just want to get those extra kills. Hey, excellent forehand. Good to see you, bud. Breaking ankles. Alright, so here's the infight. Infight's pretty simple. Again, it used to not be so simple. It used to be very complicated. This in guy used to have like massive damage reduction, and the easiest / most efficient way to kill him back in the day was like you built a wall around your wizard, and then your wizard magic missiled him to death slowly over however long it took for him to do this like 1,000 points of damage. He also used to look like a fire giant. Now he's got his own little animation, and he takes damage to everything. But you need this little seal of Shan-To-Kor. It's the quest objective. So that gives you an opportunity to like stop and put on your voice if you need it, or drink a potion if you want it, etc., etc. But that's Shan-To-Kor. I'm not going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and save the other quest as part of another series to kind of finish up in the marketplace on the level 3s. There's only a couple more left in the marketplace to do, and we'll record those on the next video. So, again, if you're watching this live on twitch.tv, please take a minute and go check out my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it. youtube.com/SamusGarobo. And if you're watching these after the fact, you know, flip the other way around. Come check out the YouTube channel. You can ask questions live and do all sorts of goodness. So, that was STK, Shan-To-Kor. As you can tell, it was a lot of experience. First quest gave us like 8 to 10,000. Second quest was 10, and the third quest was 12. So, a lot of that extra bonuses came from doing optionals that we normally would skip, but they're a very good experience for the time. All right, everybody, thank you. Thank you very much for watching. Again, please like this video, and we'll see you guys next time. Toodles.